What up? It's your boy, Mr. Mumbles, Kings Court, East 905. We're in the building. So we're about to do our first interview for the day with the one and only Madd Illz from, of course, Grindtime fame. He will be in here in a couple of minutes. Okay, so what we are going to do here is we are going to play some music while I bring him onto the line here. All right, he's in. Perfect. Okay. Well, make sure you unmute.
Gotcha.
All right. Perfect timing. All right. So we are live right now.
All right.
Okay. So this is the Kings Court Network. And basically, we battle rap, hip hop, urban entertainment, and stuff like that. So I'm I'm actually very honored to get to interview you. This is easily my biggest interview yet.
Word.
Um, you can't really talk about battle rap and not speak on you in this new era of battle rap, and because of little the system there, I don't feel that you are a person. A lot of the people I bring on the show are people that I don't feel are getting their flowers that they deserve and the respect for what they've done for the battle rap community and what we all appreciate.
Word.
Um, I've I've followed your career from before grind time. Like I remember being on the internet and watching the whole WRCs and
Oh yeah.
the spin mics and all of that stuff there. So for everybody who might not know, because you even when you were even more active, you did play a lot of behind the scenes stuff. So people might not recognize or know who you are. So I like to start by giving you the opportunity to introduce yourself to the people.
What's up, everybody? My name is Madd Illz, MC out of Orlando, Florida. I am a guerrilla Republican general and creator and founder of Grindtime Now, which is the pioneering league for the league battle format. That came in 2008. It was put together in 2007. I moved on from there. I created what's called Lounge Battles, which is a platform that opens up competitive hip hop into all facets of the niche of the culture. Like it's beat battles, performance battles, art battles, and things like that. It's not just battle rap. And then also, I'm a songwriter. I get paid to ghostwrite for some people, and I do my own music on top of that, and I stay creating as much as possible. I'm also a member of National Touring Act Free Daps. We're in the largest college touring circuit. We do freestyle shows and workshops at colleges. So that's pretty much the basics of what I'm always doing. I'm always getting into something creative.
Okay, so we'll start. I guess the pre-beginning. So how how did you get into battle rap and rap? Because I'm pretty sure that's what 2030. How did you
Yeah,
really get into battle rap?
it was like I was in school, and it had to been like 1996, maybe, where I tried freestyling and spitting an actual like poem that I had written at my school. And when it was my turn to jump in the cipher, some dude across the way like totally cut me off and just started battling me. And that was kind of my introduction to like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like dude just chopped my head for no reason. And I got mad. I got super angry, and I came back the next day prepared for him, you know, and I came back in and I jumped in and started going at him. And then after that, it was pretty much a wrap. Like, I picked up freestyle pretty easily, but I got super into it. Anybody who's like, you know, you're in school and there's something that you take after, whether like me, I was playing basketball every day. I could have swore I was going to be in the NBA and rapping, you know, like I learned how to play guitar at a young age by ear. My family's always had like an artistic musical bug in them. So I took to rapping, and it grew from there. And by the time I was a senior in high school, I was already gathering footage for Scribble Jam to be invited into Scribble Jam. Those, you know, the battle that Eminem and all them went to and stuff like that in Cincinnati. And I started traveling to just different battle tournaments, freestyle off the top tournaments. And I joined the Marines right out of high school. But while I was back and forth, my wife that I was married with would drive me to all of these battles in Atlanta, Boston, Kentucky, anything pretty much, you know, on the East Coast that had a tournament. I was there, and I won a good amount of them and figured out I was pretty good, and it just started growing and growing from there. But yeah, thank you, kid, who introduced me to the culture of battle rap by taking my head off and
attacking you.
Yeah, I got my soul taken. That's how I got introduced to it.
I wonder where he is right now.
Yeah, right. Oh man, yeah.
So, so most famous for starting Grindtime there. I think it was, I guess, you and Direct were the original thing before Lush came in. How did you link up with Direct, and what was the inspiration for like Grind Time and everything? Like, what made you want to do that?
Yeah. So I had started Lounge Battles comes before Grind Time. I started Lounge Battles in 2003. By the time Direct came around, okay, Grind Time comes around in 2008, early 2008. So in 2017, I had already been throwing Lounge Battles for what? I mean, not 17, 2007. When Direct came around in 2007, I think he was only 18 years old. I think he was just fresh into Full Sail College, which is for recording arts, and he was taking a video production program. From 2000, from 1996 when I started like really getting into it to the point, in 2006, 7 in Orlando, I was known as the guy who threw the battles. I was the guy who threw all of the battle events. So people would always come to me, and Direct came to me and he said, "Hey, we got this show on campus. We call it, it's called Grind Time, the Grind Time Now something." It was called the something Grind Time. Okay. Right. And so he was like, I want to try to do like a video magazine like Smack does. Yeah. His inspiration was Smack. Like at that time, I really didn't like that kind of battle rap. I was doing the battles on stage over beats. Yeah. Direct was more into the street battling with the cats, Fight Club stuff. But at that point, I was the Fight Club champion for Orlando because the show actually did a tour. So that's kind of how he linked up with me. He's like, "Oh, let me go talk to the Fight Club champ." So I told him, I said, "Look, man, I don't want to do a video magazine. I want to do a league. We keep track of wins and losses. We could open up chapters in different cities." I kind of came at him that way because he wanted me to help him with getting people for like a DVD magazine. And at that time, I thought, I think DVDs are kind of like going to get played out, like I think that the technology is going to move away from that. So I said, why don't we start like an online league and track wins and losses? And YouTube popped off in 2007 hardcore. So I was like, I was already putting videos up. I was already like touring. I was like, bro, let's do this. Let's put it on YouTube. This is the way to go. This is the way we need to do it. And you know, he had a lot of contacts from New York on the street battle stuff. And I had a lot of my contacts from Scribble Jam. After that, we just kept on growing and growing. And then we decided like, yeah, we need some chapters. So we opened up New York. And, you know, Cali was right there. You know, Lush One came in the mix. And then that's how the whole West Coast got started.
Yeah. Okay. Do you guys, because I remember from the back end and stuff, do you guys wish that you did open up the Canadian chapter of Grindtime? Because I remember there was discussion about that and things like
so.
There...
The Canadian chapter was something that I was personally trying to do. I was trying to do like a USA versus Canada at Niagara Falls. Okay. Yeah. We had like a Team USA that was going to be a team versus Team Canada. And then we had King of the Dot. See, King of the Dot, we started letting them use our Grindtime logos as a watermark. So that way they could get on World Star Hip Hop. Because World Star, they were putting up all of our stuff for free. We didn't have to pay for it. The Q, the guy that owned it, you know, rest in peace. He was the one that was like, yo, we love this. So we were like, yo, just let us use the World Star logo, man. And we'll throw it all over these battles and send them to you because we do them all over the country. Yeah. He was like, cool. So we started doing that. And then, you know, King of the Dot comes around. And this is what was supposed to happen. King of the Dot was supposed to be under Grindtime now. There was going to be a section. You would go to the website where you could choose, you know, USA or Canada. And once you click the Canadian button, you went to the King of the Dot website. That way they kept all of their numbers, but we used this one portal to go to, you know, connect to USA and Canada. And that's how we were going to really like bump the numbers up. Well, a guy by the, I think his name was Got Pang, or there was a guy who was running the Grindtime Now site. He was a Canadian and he was Direct's boy. Like he was Direct's homie. So back then we weren't about no paperwork. We were all MCs. We were on some like, all right, dog, you want to get on? Let's do it. You know, like YouTube was still fairly new. It was still coming up. And then all of a sudden, you know, he hits us with some like, yeah, basically it's going to cost X amount of $1,000 if you want to keep the name and blah, blah, blah. It's the domain's registered under my name. And that really kind of like with that and like King of the Dot, I don't know what happened because there was so much going on then. Like that was in the middle of us like really taking off. Yeah. But I guess, you know, it just never manifested. It wasn't like it didn't get done the way that it was supposed to get done. The guy who was designing the site kind of like fell out, and then that kind of took us offline for a minute, and we were on YouTube. We were still getting our numbers on YouTube, but our actual official site was down, and that kind of gave us a little like we took a hit in visits and traffic.
Yeah, I remember the Grindtime site. Because the thing about it is, I swear, what's it called? If I remember the thing, like, I remember how Bishop ended up working with King of the Dot was, I don't know if he told them or if the rumor of he was going to be the general manager or whatever you call it of Grindtime North or Grindtime Canada. And King of the Dot, like the rumor was that, I mean, King of the Dot didn't want the competition of the league, so they just said, how about you come work with us and be full staff member, you know, be full staff, be part of the staff and whatever. So I was always wondering how that went.
Yeah, so, like Organic just never he always wanted to have his own thing, and that was cool. And we were bigger than King of the Dot, so there wasn't any way that we were trying to go for anything else except for absorbing them. That was it. Because like there wasn't a million battle leagues around at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like King of the Dot came out after us, and then Smack changed up his whole thing and came out with a URL. You know what I'm saying? So then it was like, okay, now we have some competition in New York. I got like a mosquito around here biting me. Now we got competition in New York, and these Canadian dudes are pulling some stuff, and like we're just not really familiar up there. So like let's pull the brakes on that and let's start focusing on New York. And you'll notice, like, you know, that's when we brought in Poison Pen, and we made, you know, PH was the guy that was running things. You know, we had Frankie Waps, and Jay's Juice was the original New York guy, and then, you know, we brought in PH, and then eventually Pumpkinhead, we brought in PH, and then we brought in Poison Pen. And so after that, it was a wrap. And then, you know, URL started paying Poison Pen to do stuff for them, and they, you know, after a while, and then that's how we kind of lost our steam with Grindtime in New York.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then I know, like, at least from a fan's point of view, when Grindtime West kind of started falling up, you know, with the whole Lush and Absurd, then to Absurd and this and that was kind of the real hit. A lot of, at least as a fan, like, it got to the point where Grindtime West kind of was the represented, you know, like that kind of was the epicenter of what we looked at as, you know, Grindtime, because it had Disaster, Thesaurus, Ilmac, all of the people that we knew that, you know, battle, you know, all the battlers that we knew from Scribble Jam and thing and whatever, most of them were in the West. Like, you know, in Florida, I knew like you, Johnny Storm, and like,
remember High Collide,
and what's his name?
Unorthodox Phrases.
Yeah, he was the one that's his Battleworth Lush was the start of Grindtime West, right?
Right. It wasn't supposed to be, but he went out and said it. Like we didn't even talk about it when he said that. I got pissed that day because he was, first off, Lush. His story is like on some, I told them they gotta, you know, get down or like be down or lay down, some stupid mess like that. Like, no, that's not how it happened. Like, Direct was a teenager. He was a teenager, a highly influenced teenager. And Lush got into his ear and was like, yo, let me do this stuff over here. And I was like, man, we got to talk about it. You know, we got to talk about, we're not just letting anybody in without any kind of paperwork or anything. And then he said it at the end of his battle. And I was like, man, that's kind of whack. But like hella people were excited. We were going to do it anyway. And he kind of took advantage knowing that we were going to open up a West Coast, you know, chapter. And he was the one that did it himself. But like, honestly, there were people at that time in the West Coast that were actual like promoters that would have probably done a better job as far as business wise is concerned. But I mean, Lush One's a character. He was able to get a lot of investors. He like, and the thing is like West Coast MCs are like hella proud, you know, like it's different. And like, it's different when you're out West. Like people rep the West in general, the whole entire side. Whereas over here, you're not really catching too much. Like, when's the last time you heard somebody be on some like, yo, East Coast? You hear someone talk about West Coast every day. You know what I mean? So he kind of fell in at the right time though, and we were, you know, it's crazy because like New York originated it. California made it creative as far as the hip hop goes. Like you get a lot of creativity.
Hold on a moment.
Yeah.
Hold on a moment. Sorry about this. Let me just deal with this.
You good?
Sorry about that. Just got to fix something there.
No, you
So
good?
you were saying like with the West Coast there?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
it
I'm
was
good.
a lot more creative, and
Yeah,
so a
I'm
lot of
good.
people liked watching that, and all of the bigger guys at the time that were winning the tournaments and stuff. There was a whole wave of West Coast MCs. Like it was my first Scribble Jam when Immaculate went for his first time and won it, and that was kind of like when Immaculate won. I think it was like 2003. Um,
Mhm.
After that, it was like a swing of West Coast artists all winning it, and that was kind of a movement. But like, yeah, man, like the West really is where it cracked off. And it's funny because even to this very day, when random people will see me that used to watch YouTube in Orlando, they stop me and they're like, "You live out here?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've always lived out here. It's just y'all seen us when we were in the West Coast and we were blowing up, or when we were in New York and Philly and stuff like that. Y'all didn't realize that I actually lived in Orlando." But yeah, those were good times, bro.
Yeah. So um I've always wondered because I felt like I was very surprised because I knew that you were from Orlando, but the South has been one of those areas that has had the talent, but they don't really get the shine and the push that East, the West, and even some of the the Midwest get and stuff like that. Like when I interview some of my Detroit guys, I asked them the same thing about the lack of shine based on the base of talent. Like, why do you think like the Florida has been and still seems to be like a forgotten or left out area when it comes to the battle rap?
Well, like it's a very transient state where you're not going to have artists in Florida build themselves up for 20 years and be a veteran out of Orlando or wherever. Like a lot of them come out here, they go to college, and then they go off somewhere else in the United States. Orlando has the
Mm.
largest student body population in the entire United States. Literally, there's new people moving in all the time. Plus, we get all the retirees and stuff from New York. So uh, there aren't too many people cemented in this area as there are with rich, cultural history like New York, or LA. Like there are people there are movements that are embedded, and Florida is just one of those states where like some people got it, some people didn't. Like as a promoter, because I was a promoter for a long time, and touring routes in general, touring routes are hard in Florida because you have to go all the way down to Miami and then come back up. So a lot of times you're losing money on wasted days. It's not like you can hit certain shows. Every city is maybe 3 hours apart, from the top of Florida, to Central Florida, and Orlando is the biggest in Orlando. And then in the South, it's Miami, and they're all about 3 hours of a drive. So it's not like when you go down there, you're going to lose days because you have to do a day in Gainesville, a day in Orlando, a day in Miami, and then it takes a day to get back out of the state. So a lot of people, they would totally skip over going too far down, or they would just go to Miami where they could get, a good amount of money and maybe like choose one city on the way back out. And so the exposure from Orlando was a lot harder. From Central Florida, even from Miami. Miami's got its own culture down there, like it's very San Francisco-ish, where like San Francisco has its own culture, and you could be a hip hop artist in San Fran and be all like Locksmith for a while. Like Locksmith was a legend before anybody knew who Locksmith was over on the East Coast. Locksmith was already a legend for mad years ago on the West Coast. When the wake up shows were coming up, he was the dude that was like killing everything. And like you really didn't see Locksmith until years later over on the East Coast. So I just feel like it's one of these states where there's a couple of things working against us, where we're not as solidified, but low key, this is the place where all the millionaires go to retire. And there's so many players in the game out here and pioneers that it's ridiculous. But like in places like New York, there is a market. There's a actual literal market for you to have celebrities show up that are recognizable. You can do it in LA, you can do it in Detroit, you can do it in a lot of these places. Whereas like you only got but a handful of actual Central Florida artists that really were making noise around that time, and that you wouldn't be able to get them all in one room.
So, so Grindtime is like officially non-existent. Like now, like you're not holding any like Grindtime battles in Florida or nothing under that name anymore.
Right. I sold that in 2017.
Okay.
Yeah. So as of right now, Grindtime is a ghost ship. It's owned by King of the Dot, but they can't get into the account. So I sold Grindtime to Word Apply and
Word of Play,
some whatever that guy.
Yeah.
I sold it to him in Fresco.
I remember hearing about that, but I didn't really know. It's one of those rumors that you don't know if it's real or not, or people are just the
like
thing.
2017, June 2017. I was having mental health issues, and I was going through it, and like just like depression, not because of battle rap, because of like personal life choices.
Mm-hmm.
And they came to me and was on some, hey Illz, we just want to, we're battle rappers, and Fresco, I was cool with Fresco. I was super cool with these guys. They were like, hey, we got some money to offer you to take the channel off your hands. At that time, in 2017, a lot of our videos were becoming demonetized because everybody who had music play in the beginning in the front, they had digital distribution deals that were copyright infringement, flagging our channel for monetization. Little do cats know that when Direct left Grindtime, he started a digital distribution company with another dude and gave everybody who had music on the Grindtime Now channel digital distribution and started flagging the account so he could get paid on the back end. So there were monetization issues with the whole entire account, so I turned it off.
Okay.
So it wasn't worth anything. It wasn't worth making any money off of. And then they offered to buy it. And this was after I had a project going with Lionsgate Films that fell through, and I had a VR project going on with the Mant brothers, they're Academy Award winners. We did a project, and that year, I think it was 2015, 2016, VR sales tanked. That was the year when they were supposed to come out with everything with the PS, with the headset, and then the sales did horrible. Yeah. That totally, we could have been, we had the very first full virtual reality tournament filmed. It was dope, but it got shelved because VR sales did horrible. So nobody was looking for any more VR content. It was just off the table. And Lionsgate Films, they wanted to do something, and then they got into production on it. They were following around one of the battle rappers, and then I don't know if interest was lost. Like the battle rapper they were following, like didn't contact me anymore, and maybe that seemed a bit unprofessional. And Lionsgate was like, nah, we're not messing with it. Like these people don't have it together. So I was like, dang, this was my last ditch effort on like trying to get some like real bread for this and get it on a major network.
Yeah.
And these guys just stepped in and said, look, man, we see you struggling with this. We're going to offer you some bread. Let's take it off your hands. I was like, all right, if y'all can do that and send me a bill of sale, like then we're talking, because a lot of people do this. And they sent the bread right away. They sent it right away. So I was like, all right, fuck it. Like, here, take it. You know what I mean? Take it. And if y'all are going to maintain it, and like, they said that they wanted to put it online and kind of clean up the channel and have it as a place where people could historically go back and check the battles out. Well, they started like deleting battles of battle rappers they had beef with. And then I find out that either they sold it to King of the Dot, or King of the Dot was the original buyer to begin with. And I heard that they were trying to give it to Direct or something for him to run. Well, too many people too many people were logging in to the YouTube account. And any of us out there who have Gmail accounts and Google accounts know that if you have different IP addresses logging in all of a sudden from different countries, Google's going to put that thing on lock. So it locked the channel up, and the mother account is my personal email. Well, Organic hit me up, said, hey, I got this issue. I'm like, it's not my issue. Can you hear me? Because you paused.
I can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. You got me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I hear you.
Okay, so basically,
I think you dropped out.
sorry, I don't know what this happened. Okay.
All good,
So,
all good.
so it shut down the channel, and then
so the channel was locked. They were trying to get me to unlock it, and I said it wasn't really my problem, but I'll go ahead and try to get it unlocked for you. Well, I tried to get it unlocked, and I was running into a wall where basically it was saying, you know, we recognize that you're the owner of the account. You'll be notified within 48 hours, you know, by security, you know, by email, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I never get the email. I look at my spam folder, everything. I try it 3 more times. And then like Organic starts getting, like, I think I sold it in 2017. I actually went to jail. I got locked up. I served like 4 of a 6-month sentence. And as soon as I get out in 2018, I get out to Organic, like threatening that he's going to get lawyers, that he's going to, you know, because I'm holding the account up or whatever. And I'm just like, bro, you can get all the lawyers you want. You're suing the wrong person. Number one, I know I don't have anything on paper that says anything about King of the Dot. So y'all are talking to the wrong person. Like whatever shady ass business y'all did with Fresco and Word Applied, it got that account locked, and it's locked. I can't do nothing. I already tried to do something. I'm not obligated to do anything else. Like y'all got the paperwork on that. Y'all need to start ripping them, you know, videos and doing something else with it. Or like they haven't really done anything with it except for like maybe take stuff for highlights or that ruin your day stuff, or you know what I mean? Like it's, so I'm just like, all right, well, this is what you guys wanted, right? Like you had to pay me to get out of throwing battles. So that's what happened. I got the check, and then I kept on pushing. And for a minute, I was doing like social media marketing, managing and stuff like that. But then I was just like, man, my passion is throwing these events. So I picked lounge battles back up, and that's something I know that has always been mine. So I don't ever have to worry about someone taking it again. And that's now I run everything under lounge battles.
So basically, right now, like your relationship with like those in the battle community is like non-existent. Like it's not beef or whatever, but it's just non-existent. You just don't bother messing with it.
Well, yeah, you know? Like the thing is it's funny because like I've always been this way, where even in Grindtime, I mean, you could ask the people when we was in Grindtime, like my job is to brand my company the best way I can and focus on my guys, right?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay.
So my job is to brand my company.
To do what?
My job is to brand my company the best way I can. So you wouldn't have me really communicating with any battle rappers outside of Grindtime. If they were a prospect, if they were possibly wanting to work with us, that is the only time I would even talk to them. The same goes with lounge battles. I'm good at finding talent that is not taken up. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? We might be going through a rough, spot.
Yeah,
again.
I can hear you.
Okay. So the same thing with
I
lounge
can hear
battles. All right. The same thing with lounge battles is like, I don't need to communicate with all these big battle rappers. They're like, all those top guys, they're already getting their checks. They're doing what they're doing. My job is to find new guys who have dope talent and brand the hell out of them. And I'm so busy trying to do that and build these guys up from scratch so I can give people a unique and different experience, that I don't go to other battle events. I don't talk about other cards. I see them, but I was always doing my own thing creatively. You know what I mean? It's just, Grindtime was so massive. It was in every state. It was in every major city in the United States, Sydney, Australia, and Johannesburg, South Africa. So there was a lot of ground to cover. With lounge battles, I'm only focusing on my guys. So it really does appear as if, like, man, I don't even go to the local battles here, because it's like, yo, I don't want none of those guys. I don't want none of them. You know, like, if those guys aren't blowing up via the whatever league that they're using, either the league is doing them a disservice, or the artist themselves isn't going to be open or smart enough for marketing themselves. And that's like a conversation that I have to have with all of the new guys that I bring on, is like, look, man, we can't be dumb this time around. Like, things are advancing at a rapid rate. Like, when I try to put people on, they get it. They know that they're loyal to the brand. They're going to stay with it, and we're going to keep on pushing, like all of the other avenues that we've pushed with the beat battles, with the b-boy battles, the art battles, like all of that is great. You know what I mean? But like, this time I took an approach and said, like, I don't want battle rap being the main front. I want it to be like, I want you to come to an event and you're going to see 3 or 4 different tournaments all cracking off intermittently. Like, we just opened up a grappling league. We're going to do grappling. We have UFC fighters. We have, like, my homie who is a UFC coach. His name is Julian Williams. He owns the Excel Fusion Gym, where we threw one of our events where they actual battle inside of a fighting cage. We have, Jacare Souza came to the last event. Lyoto Machida came to the last event. Philip Rowe, who just fought on this UFC card, came to the last event. So, like, they're guys that are there. We have UFC signed guys that, and now that it's grappling, it's not, they're not punching or hitting. They're not striking. So it doesn't have to be a sanctioned match. So that's great for us. So now we're able to mix hip hop in with this grappling. So we're doing, like, BJJ tournaments, gi, no gi, wrestling. So now we're going to be able to have grappling tournaments and beat battles, MC battles, and do it all under one card. And I think that's going to be a better presentation to be able to turn something like this into a sport.
Because I have to say, it's one thing I do remember when Grindtime was coming up was, good or bad, you always were on your probably on your team. You were always like the innovator of stuff. Like, you were the one that, like, I remember people used to make fun of people used to make fun of you about
the hot
air balloon.
And they actually did it.
Yeah. But that's one thing I do remember from following. Like, you were always the one, like, willing to just throw something on the wall and see what sticks, and try new things. And
that's the only way you'll break the glass ceiling. That's the only way. Like,
yeah, because I swear you talked about doing the battle, like, inside of a ring, like, a long time ago.
Yeah,
you suggested that.
Yeah. Our virtual reality tournament took place inside of a boxing ring, and you were supposed to put on the VR headset, and you can choose. You can either be in the middle as the referee, so you're looking at both the people battle. You can be
Mhm.
in the front row, or you can choose to be in front of the merch table, so you could like look around at all the merch. And then like in each area, we had people placed as kind of like actors in the crowd that would like turn to you and be like, "Damn, did you just hear that? That was dope." You know what I'm saying? As the tournament, as the actual live unscripted tournament is going on, you'll have like scripted actors next to the where the VR headset is looking around. So if you look at them, they turn and you know they start talking to you. Like that was, yo, I like anything that you can bring innovative and different. Why not? You know what I mean? Like that's why I don't get all these battle leagues. They're trying to all do the same exact thing, and it's like, nah, man. Like I get it. It's two people versus each other, but change up the background, make it look interesting. You know, like now it's just it all looks like one stage, and it doesn't matter where it's at. But you know, they could be in London, they could be in New York and stuff like that. But like, where the you know what I mean? Where's the you know when we were doing it, we had the Statue of Liberty in the background. When we went out, you know, in Oakland, we were in Mosswood Park. We were in like historical places. You know, that's what I felt like helped really help grow us, because people were tuning in saying like, oh man, this ain't the same stage, like they're in my city too, you know. So I felt like that was kind of like, you know, the pushing point of it. You just gotta keep it innovative, man. You gotta keep the ideas. And so what, they made fun of me for, and this is the thing, is like I was in an interview with somebody on their YouTube channel. They were like, it was at Scribble Jam, and they asked me about like, what do you think about that? And I said, yeah, maybe we'll have like hot air balloon battles or something. Like I want to battle in
Yes,
a plane,
right.
I want to battle wherever. And that stuck, and everybody like years and years and years made fun of me because they're like, he's believing that, you know, they want to do it in a hot air balloon. Like that's corny. Then when they actually did it, that video by Ruin Your Day got the most views out of any of their videos at that time. And I was like, yeah, you're welcome, guys. Like that corny ass joke was something that was actually fun to watch. It made it fun. And that was the goal of everything. That was a long-winded answer.
Very good. So with lounge battles, right now it's are you wanting it to stay like local to the Orlando thing? Because I know I feel like one of the things of grind time was like it almost got too big for any to control, and too many too many
Yeah.
people wanted to be lead, and I don't know if there was enough pre-planning to the it just blew
Right.
up.
Yeah, yeah. It blew up overnight. Like
Yeah.
it snuck up on us. And the thing was, is like Direct was 18. I think I was like 23, 24-ish. Like it came and took us off our feet and sent us on the dopest ride ever. And we didn't have any kind of business sense at the time. And so things are a lot different now, you know, and with the way that it's blossomed, it's a lot different. You can't make it like Grindtime did, unless you're like you got major, you know, funding for it. You know what I'm saying? So like, but there are still innovative grassroots way to be able to grow. And I am trying to get lounge battles back outside of Orlando. It's just this COVID thing hit, and that really started slowing things down. So we took it online. We have our own like meet space via Air Meet, where we're going to be throwing tournaments. So like that's something that you could watch, but that's all the online battles are going to be done to build up people from other places to fly them in. Like UFC has their Apex Arena over in Las Vegas. It's the same thing where we'll do things online, but we have our main place in Orlando, Florida, with a fighting ring, with UFC fighters, and that's where we'll bring them for any kind of like main event production. But yeah, I would absolutely love to throw it in whoever's watching, whoever watches, you know, like that was always a thing. Reach out. if you're a promoter, if you know 10 guys, you want to throw 5 battles, that's enough for an event. That's enough to get it started. And the way it worked with Grindtime is the way that it'll work with lounge battles, where it's like you will be the liaison for the talent in your area. It's just now you have to follow these guidelines that we have, versus all we were doing before was getting with our homies saying, okay, you're a known battle rapper, you're our friend, you can throw stuff here, all right, you're the man, let's do this, let's share footage. Like, it was a lot more open, and that's how it blew up, because like it was more grassroots. But you can't be that way nowadays, because everybody's wanting hardcore paperwork, and like cats who ain't even battled are starting to ask for money, which is crazy, you know, like everyone's entitled
there, and they feel entitled to.
Yeah,
definitely. So we'll be off of battle rap, but actually, last thing on battle rap there. Do you follow battle rap still? Like are you watching any modern battle rap? And
I went back and watched a little bit of stuff. I caught up on some like Pat Stay stuff when he went into URL and battled those guys. Like, I never even knew none of that. Like, that's how gone I was from everything. I went back and caught up on his stuff, and a few, man, there's so many people out now, and I can't, like, the younger, newer guys, no, I don't know who any of them are. You know what I mean? Like, the new guy to me, you know what I'm saying? The new guy to me is somebody like what's they call him, the bar god? What's his name?
Danny Myers.
Danny Myers. To me, that's new, you know.
Wow.
And he's been battling a long time. Like, don't get me wrong, he's the older cat. He's been battling a long time. But like, as far as leagues go and stuff like that, like, he was just getting in the mix when I was just kind of getting out of it. You know what I mean? Like I don't, none of the newer guys. I know there's like a really young guy battling that's doing really well, like a 17, 18-year-old, I think. But that's it.
So that means this list is going to probably be a lot of older cats. I ask everybody on there, who is your top 5?
Man, my top 5 would have to be battlers. I'd have to say Pat Stay is in there. He's got to be in there. Who's that guy? I was just watching him. Damn, this is a hard one. No, he was bad. This guy, this Jersey twerk guy, he's pretty good. I like that guy.
Jersey twerk?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's not my top 5. He's just a newer guy that I enjoy watching because I see him. Hollow the Dawn is in there. Hollow the Dawn, Pat Stay. I'm a fan of Conceited. I was a fan of his since we first brought him in. But I don't know like where he's gone other than, you know, on TV.
Yeah.
And then it's none of the newer guys, you know, like that's pretty much it, man. I think I can only get through 4 of them.
Everybody so far, almost everybody that I've interviewed have like Pat Stay on their list. Like, at least, like,
He's got to be.
Yeah.
Like, if you go back and study him and how, like, it's more than just the bars. It's the environment. Like, he steps into the environment and controls it.
Yeah.
He knows how to do that. A lot of the, like, smarter dudes know how to do that, and that's always great, you know. Like, Hollow the Dawn, he knows how to do that.
Yeah.
You know, like, and those guys have great flips. They have really, really great flips.
So on to something else. So you are still, because I actually was checking out your Spotify, and I seen that you had released a few singles this year. So you are still like actively making music and
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't play the Spotify game. So that's probably why, like, you go on Spotify and my streams are low. It's because I was using Bandcamp since it first started,
Yeah,
and I have all my contacts through there. So like whenever I drop something, I go through Bandcamp and I get all my buys through there. I like
yeah,
anytime I drop merch, I just send a message through there and they're already on there. They've been there for years. When I
yeah.
send out free stuff, I do it through there. But like Spotify is definitely the way to go, and I'm cranking up to be able to do that. But now I'm doing like singer-songwriter type stuff. It's not just hip hop. It's not,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? So like there's a different lane for the way that you work that as well. So it's kind of like what's Madd Illz going to be viewed as on Spotify, like a political rapper or like a singer, like which
So you're actually singing?
yeah, I got a bunch of stuff. Like I got some stuff that's actually dropping this month. It's called Toxic Love, and it's singing.
You, you're the second because I like last month I interviewed Fredo Algebra,
Yeah.
and he 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 was telling me he's on that, like he's about to drop like a R&B album and stuff like that. I found it like interesting because like I feel like I've followed your career like so long, and it's always been like so like hip hop freestyle
Yeah.
and stuff. It's gonna be very like I said the same thing to him. It'll be very interesting to like hear you do some like romantic, some.
Yeah,
So
man. It's
what is your singer style like? Like what type of, is it like this love song? Like what is it like? Is it
yeah, most of the stuff is like love songs, breakup songs type stuff, you know, like I went through a crazy toxic relationship. And it's just like a story of growing, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
there was a period of time where all I thought was battle rap, battle rap, battle rap. All I need to do is do battle rap and expose the government. Like I need to make all this political music. Like I just need to, and then like I write about personal stuff and strifes in my life, and um then I found the whole lane that started speaking to me through that, and I started writing it and experimenting with it, and then people were like, okay, like it's weird. I got a different following from the battle rap. Like I have a following of people that are newer that only have seen my singing stuff, and they're like, what, you rap too? I'm like, I'm known more as a rapper than anything.
yeah,
What do you mean? And then they find out I battled, and they look back and they're like, holy shit, you're the guy that did Grindtime. But
yeah.
yeah, man, like it's like yeah, like I would say like on an Amy Winehouse meets like B-52s. Some of it's up tempo, some of it's like slower, but it's mainly like relationship stuff.
Um, and and Gorilla Republic, is that's your what label? Or remember I remember when you started pushing that, like is that like your label, or is that
No,
just
Guerrilla Republic is an organization filled with political activists, community leaders. They started in 2002, and Lounge Battle started in '03. I met up with them in like 2006, like touring and stuff.
okay,
Immortal Technique, the shirt that he wears, the signature, that's a Guerrilla Republic shirt.
okay.
He was down with Guerrilla Republic back then. I did some touring with some of his guys, and did a lot of work with Guerrilla Republic. And we would go to places and do like coat drives. Like we in New York at the Bronx Museum, we did a coat drive and we filled it up. We filled up the Bronx Museum up to the ceiling with coats for the homeless. And Immortal Technique was there. There were all kinds of pioneers were there.
Okay.
Like they're mainly social activists and political activists that help out each other, but hip hop is the voice of freedom, as the voice of the struggling artists, you know, like that's the boat, that's what they decide to use to push all of their messages.
Yeah.
And it's worldwide. There's Guerrilla Republic chapters everywhere. So it was like
Okay.
when I was
And
growing Grind Time, I was going to Guerrilla Republic for most of my advice.
okay. And yeah, okay. And you were saying about the freestyle touring with free daps, and I remember that like because I remember even in Grind Time like that was like with Air Jordan and Isaac Knox and stuff like dude, wasn't that like at Disney or whatever you guys were doing that stuff at first? So
Yeah.
that so that's still going on or
So free daps, and this is another thing that we can clear up because I seen a lot of the King of the Dot dudes kind of like making fun of me saying like, oh, you working minimum wage at Disney now. Like, no, we were paid as independent street performers, which is way more money than, you know, someone working. Like, it's way different. So what it
yeah,
is Jordan and Isaac and a few of their inner circle of friends, they were actually a mixture of
yeah,
MCs and comedians, improv comedians. And they would put together these workshops and these skits 5 minutes at a time and work them all together until they turned out to be hour-long shows that you could change these little games that they play. Well, they put together a package. They pitched it to Disney because Disney was always looking for street performers, and we auditioned to do it. And Disney picked us up, and they signed, you know, Jordan and Isaac, their original members. There's 13 members. There's
okay,
5 ones that are the core members. I'm outside of that 5. So
okay,
once they got that gig, they got Universal Studios to do the same thing over there. Then they were getting like Boys and Girls Clubs of America. They were getting Magic Games, weddings, all kinds of stuff. And like the thing is they got friends in marketing. They know how to do their thing, their corporate business. You know, they were getting really good looks. Then they were able to get on this showcase where you basically try out in front of all of the college recruiters for like events coordinators and stuff like activity coordinators from
yeah,
different, they all fly into this one place and they spend a day or two watching these people perform. Then when they're done, they go over to their booth and they can book them right on the spot. People end up booking entire years out of one performance. So
yeah. Yeah,
free
I had a
apps,
friend that used to do with a booking person for a college up here and stuff, and he used to have to go down to those type of meetings.
yeah.
So,
So free apps ends up getting booked and going all over the place, and then all of a sudden like we're making some noise.
mhm.
Well, January 2020, Free Daps was named the best college live act for I forgot what it's called. It's one of the larger ones. It's the second largest agency in college touring, but we're named the #1 best performing act. So now, you know, Free Apps is open for pretty much anything, but they're doing digital bookings right now until we can go physical again.
Yeah,
And then we'll be back out, you know, flying and doing shows in different colleges and stuff.
okay, that's I think because when I first heard the name, I swear, like I remember it as like just the rap group that you know
Right.
Aaron, Isaac, and stuff like that.
Yeah, they were just like it was like a Christian rap group.
Yeah,
And yeah, and then like the members of that rap group, they were all members of the actual freestyle group at one point. Only a couple of them don't do it anymore, but like, bro, they were able to give jobs to all of their rap friends around them, like, and it was good pay.
I like it because the thing I've always because I remember when they even for like because Air Jordan came out first, like in the battle rap, and then Isaac, and I was always big fans of them. Like even till now, like people will post and they'll be like I swear it was like 2 weeks ago there was a post. Who's the best Christian battler? And everybody, A Ward and thing and thing. I'm like, you guys don't even remember the original, like before it was cool.
Isaac Knox is a beast.
Like I still because he's still gonna do it. Like I still remember like Air Jordan. Like he was incredible to me on it. Like just his like and stuff. I was almost annoyed like when I stopped seeing him. I wanted to like harass him online.
I still harass him. I still tell him like, bro, you need a battle. What the hell is wrong with you?
Honestly,
bro, he's a TikTok celebrity now.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's
a TikTok celebrity. Him and Isaac are TikTok celebrities. Like yeah. we were in a plane heading back from one of the free DAP shows, and some dude taps him on Isaac on the shoulder. He's like, "Hey, you're that guy from TikTok, aren't you?" Because he does a specific type of rap on his channel. Yeah. He's like, "You're the guy that does this," and he's like, "Yeah, that's me." It's like, "Yo, what the hell?" Like these guys are TikTok famous.
That's good. It's good that because they're able to use it in I like seeing people who have their passion and are able to use it to make their money, because there's so many of us who all love hip hop and all think like that weren't able to turn it into an actual job, and so musically, what do you? So you said you have the like the singing thing coming out.
Yeah, it's called Purple Hearts. You know what I'm saying? So it's a mixture of songs that are on some like relationship type stuff, but I also have a mixtape called Madd Illz versus the Underground. I dropped it, but like I'm probably gonna do a part 2 of volume 2 where I put all my verses out in advance and for MCs and challenge them. If you think you could write a better verse than me, then you pay to get on the actual, the mixtape project. So you don't battle me, but you just try to spit a hotter verse than me. So like I'll put out 10 tracks and you can hear all my verses in advance. And if you think that you got a hotter verse, you could be like, Illz, put me on number 5. Here's the entry fee. Let's get on it. The first project I did is already out. And it's pretty dope, man. It's pretty dope. So I think because I don't really like doing features for personal records. So I kind of keep them all for like the mixtape projects, But as far as an actual rap project, I kind of set my focus away from full albums. Okay. And we're just releasing singles now. That's all we're doing is releasing singles. So there really isn't. Purple Hearts is still going to be a string of singles belonging to one project, but it's not going to be released as like a full album in one drop. It's just going to be released as like, one song will be constantly dropping in that category. So that's pretty much, with technology, people don't really listen to projects the whole way through anymore. They're more streaming, in playlists and stuff like that. So there's kind of been like a readjustment for that. And the time that I really want to come back out it's just not right now. You know what I mean? Like I'm having fun doing the singing stuff. I'm having fun, like creating different things, so it's there, the songs, my projects, I got enough for the next year to put out. I know that.
So when was the last time that you have done a battle?
Jeez. Probably when I battled who was the last guy that I battled? Magnificence. Madd Illz versus Magnificence. What is that? 5 years ago. Last time I battled was 5 years ago.
Okay, so yeah, those are all the questions that I did have there.
And Murder Mook is whack.
Huh? You murder Mook with kind of, yeah. Like honestly, like literally his last one versus Tay Rock was like literally since Young Hot. That is the first time that I've liked a Mook battle. Like
He
all
just
like
knows how to win.
huh?
He just knows how to win.
Yes.
Like, I'm not gonna fault him for that. I personally don't like the guy, but like he knows how to win, and he's good for that. You know what I'm saying? You still gotta this. I still respect him, but like I'll trash him. I don't like him.
I can't argue with that. So, anything else that you want to push out to the people? Do you have like merchandise or
Yeah,
non?
I do push merchandise, and I push limited print merchandise through my Instagram. It pops up every now and then. It does sell out when I drop it because we do like 100 shirt runs and then we're done. So like it's through Guerrilla Republic. So all I would say is, I mean, like a lot of people are jumping off of Instagram, but that's still kind of a place where you can contact me. You can still talk to me directly, is just through my Instagram. So anything that I do, it'll be announced through there. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to keep up with me on the personal side, that's the easiest way to get in touch with me, is just through
And
my
that's
Instagram.
at Madd Illz or
Yeah, Madd Illz, Maddillz.
all right. So all right. So yeah, that's it. I'll be honest. I do appreciate that you coming up. I'm not even gonna pretend like it's an honor for this interview. Like as I said, I've been following you for about 15 years now, through
Word.
the battle, through the thing, so um, I've I've always had mad respect for you, and I've like like I was on the rapmusic.com and the thing, and I've I've never really liked how the battle rap community kind of dealt with you and whatever, and I felt like you were made the scapegoat and the bad guy for everything that happened.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I still remember being on a post and I'm like, everyone's saying that Madd Illz doesn't, that directing thing, we're doing all the work. I'm like, how is he getting all the blame for everything that happened wrong? I'm
yeah.
like, the only way he could be getting all the blame is if he did all the work. So like,
Yeah,
or whoever else did work has to take some of the blame as well. Like I didn't like how, and I felt it was because you were not really online, and you didn't really have the fan base in the message boards and stuff, because you didn't really chat unless you had something to promote. You weren't
right.
online every day.
Yeah,
People didn't know you, so you were easily the one to not like and
yeah,
stuff.
man.
So
You know, it's
I'm very glad to get this chance
thank
to
you, man.
talk to you there. Um, Let me know, like I will be doing some listening sessions with your stuff. Let me know when the the R&B album drops. I'd love to have a listen to that there. I
Yeah,
like the different artistic expressions from people and trying new things. So um,
yeah,
just
man. I'll
I'll
keep
send
you
you
in
the link to
touch.
the interview, send it to your peoples there, and I do appreciate it there.
Yeah, man. Thank you, bro. Like, especially, like, bro, we're all human beings, man. You know what I mean? And like, even from back in the day, 15 years, like, that does a lot. That does a lot for me personally. Like, I'm a creative. I keep in my shell and I keep pushing. And then, every now and then I really get to sit down and talk to somebody that has been there through the journey. And when they start rattling off memories that occurred like years and years ago, I'm just like, damn, like you were there too. You were there. You took that ride with
Sometimes I
me.
feel it, yeah.
Yeah, like you took that ride too. So like I appreciate you for sticking around so long. You know what I mean? This is what culture is. This is how you build. So I really appreciate you taking the time to actually listen and not be somebody who easily passed judgment and was like, all right, we're gonna write Madd Illz off.
I couldn't do that because like I feel for what you did was such a big part of my life, my growth. Like battle rap has been so like I'm doing this blog, even though I do talk about other stuff. The foundation of me doing the blogs and the podcast and everything was battle rap. Just my
Yeah.
love for the love for the sport. And as I said, like if anybody who was here has to know your position in the start of this, like who knows where we would have been if where would battle rap be if you didn't start it?
Right.
The league
Yeah.
started. URL wouldn't have came back. It,
Right.
like, because I remember when the DVD started messing up and Smack was like, can't make money off of it. I'm gonna step out and try something new. He
Right.
would not have came back if he didn't see like you, King of the Dot, Don't Flop there already doing it and stuff. So everyone
Yeah.
has to know their origin. So I have nothing but respect for you on that.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you.
All right. So thank you very much in there, and I'll send you the link and whatever, and I'll definitely have your linked information in the description there for
Yeah,
people
man.
to check out there. All right.
All right. Take care. Have a good night.
All right. Thank you very much. Blessings.
Peace.
All right. Thank you very much, y'all. Everyone checking this video, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video to your peoples. Today, February 15th, it is my birthday, and this is the official launch of the King's Court Network. So I do appreciate every bit of support. The night is not done yet. In about 40 minutes, I will be back live, and I'm going to be doing another interview that I am very proud of having, as it is with one of my personal favorite battle rappers of all time. I will be back here with Sharon, and we will be discussing everything, the possible retirement, his title matches, the past, the present, and the future. So please come back. Let me know. King's Court Network. We are here on YouTube. We are also live on Twitch at DatKingShh with Mr. Mumbles. Nothing but love. Peace. We'll be back.